Hi, Zeus here. I had an awesome 11 times win streak to get deep into gold tier level 17 and to number 126 on the US leaderboard. And I want to tell you how I did it with the combat techniques I use, the tech tree, and show you some live combat. So I've got an 8 times win streak going here. Once I passed into level 17, I've just kept going. And I want to see if I can keep the win streak alive. This base is not very well designed, but he's got a Flotsam Cannon there in the middle. And that is a dangerous, dangerous thing if you don't handle it right. So I'm going to land my groups, 3 groups here, 2 down on the right, and my idea there is to spread them out. One on the left side of the right-hand landing strip, and I'm going to BART out that Flotsam Cannon because it can really delay you if it doesn't kill a lot of your troops. Now, by doing that, I'm not able to BART out that engine completely, which is a bit of a problem. It's going to extend my time, but you know, the Flotsam Cannon is going to lose me more time than the other engine taking that out. Now I send in my Kavan on a delayed basis, spawn some second wind troops to go take out that, and my Kavan just barely misses that boom mine there on his way to go protect those other troops, which is a very lucky thing. Now this rocket launcher in the back is starting to cause me some trouble, so I'm going to throw a shock on him, let my heavies get in front, and then it won't be a problem. Okay, that engine goes down. Now I just have the 2 engines in the back. There's a ton of boom mines there, and I won't have the energy to knock down that last engine on the right, so I'm just going to clear the mines, the boom mines, with a barrage. And that'll save some more of my troops for the final assault on that last engine. And I'm just going to let my troops drift down to the back row there. I have to take out... oops, the other guy's finished. I don't remember if I went first or he went first. Anyway, I'm going to flare to the engine there, throw down the last shock on that flamethrower, and hopefully I can kill this guy. Good. Okay, so 2 minutes and 9 seconds. It's a very slow time, but again, because of that Flotsam Cannon, it caused me a lot of trouble. Oh, awesome. I won by 5 seconds. So that extends the win streak to 9 in a row. So with that win, I wonder where I am on the US leaderboard now. Let's see, I've got up to number 187. All right, awesome. Now I want to show you why my base design is so good. This guy was only able to beat me in 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Let's take a look. So I've got a very clever design that pulls the troops away from not only the engine on the left, but that engine on the right down on the bottom part of my ship deck. And then the other problem that you have is if you get any of your guys to go through to the back, they're going to drift towards the Flotsam Cannon. If they actually kill it, they're going to blow up. So yeah, check out what's likely to happen to this guy. See, they just go in there and boom, they're gone. So that's going to slow him down significantly, right? Because you know then he's got to get all his other troops to get in there before he even starts to address the troops that are there. And, you know, he already lost a bunch of troops on my mines, and he's going to lose a bunch more. Anyway, it's just a well-designed base. He had a lot more trouble with it than some people, but anyway, I'm going to show you now some of the other victories that I did on my way to this point. So there again, I blew up the Flotsam Cannon. And this base is relatively compact, so I'm probably gonna get a pretty decent time on it because it's so compact, and I can just throw my troops in from the beginning. Now again, because I barred out the Flotsam Cannon, I'm not going to get that last engine with a BART, but oh my gosh, I flared by accident. I was trying to throw a shock down there. Managed to recover pretty quickly before I didn't lose too many troops, but I did lose my Kavan. So that's kind of a bummer. That slowed me down a little bit. Now I reflared there because I would have lost a whole bunch of Zukas and I don't have my Kavan to respawn them. So anyway, not a bad time. This one I just barely won by 1 second. This is another one of these Flotsam, compact Flotsam bases, but I think this was the first one I ran into actually, and you'll see what happens. So I just land everybody down. I'm barding out that farthest engine, which is my normal attack pattern here, right? And you know, now I'm starting to go after the second to last engine with my extra gunboat energy. Now I flared away, but I don't have any smoke, so my Kavan got killed. So that's a bit of a bummer. Because I still have to deal with a whole bunch of defenses and all the mines that are there. So without the Kavan, you know, I'm starting to lose troops right and left. It's just slowing me down. And we'll lose a bunch more here on these mines. All right, well anyway, here's a really fast time. This guy's got all of his mines in the far back. And his base is set up in such a way that I can immediately attack with all my troops without any delay. And I just have to throw down shocks on those machine guns timely so that they don't kill my Zukas before they get there. And then I can BART out that furthest engine on the back and just go after, with everything I've got, the one engine on the far left. Yeah, very, very fast time. I think it was 2 minutes and 43 seconds. This one's also very fast, 2 minutes and 47 seconds. So again, I was able to send in all three groups immediately, focusing on the two engines there and the troops that are in the middle. And you know, that's going to allow me to go very quickly to the back. And by BARTing out that second last furthest engine there, then I just have to worry about the one engine in the corner. And here I can just flare right there and throw one shock down and throw everything at it. So that worked out great. It's a very fast time. This is another really fast time, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Again, this base is spread out in a way that it's not really going to draw my troops away from the engines, unlike my base. So I'm going to get a very fast time on it, especially if I can knock down that last engine in the far back corner. You know, I don't really think that the shock blaster is very effective in this kind of combat. At most, you can waste like one shock on it, and it's done. So here I even had a little bit of gunboat energy to throw at the second to last engine. All right, this one's 2 minutes and 39. Again, very fast. He's got kind of an interesting heavy defenses in the back with all the mines. But again, with somebody like me, where I've got Barrage, real bad news for him, because I'm not even going to have to address about 8 of his defensive buildings. And everything's so spread out in a way in the front that my troops just get drawn to the bases very quickly. And now I just have to worry about getting through the mines. But you know, one barrage takes care of all those, and just got to work my way to the back. And I'm not too concerned that I lost a couple of Zukas there. I mean, I'm still going to be in a very fast time. Okay, here's one 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Pretty good time. Not as fast as some of the others. He's got a better base design here. It's designed to draw your troops away from that one engine down in the lower right corner there. But by throwing in one group of troops on a delayed basis, once those sniper towers in the front row are gone, and then throwing in your Kavan on a delayed basis. Now, oops, Kavan ran away, and he just has to jump on a boom mine on his way to where was he going? Very unfortunate, but anyway, with finishing out the barrage of that engine, I just have to take out that one engine there on the left. And it's actually poorly positioned, right? So, that I can get at it immediately. But again, the way that he was designed, it was designed to be a better thing, but he wasn't accounting for people with Max Barrage like me. All right, this is an example of one where I landed the troops on the right landing area far to the left so that they can then drift up. And something wrong with the recording here, unfortunately. But bombarding out the engine on the right, spawning some second wind troops to go back. Now, I didn't have the gunboat energy to completely take out that engine on the right, so I just flared there because just one or two heavies hitting it, will take it down, and then flaring back to the last engine worked out pretty well. But again, without my Kavan, a little bit slower time. And this is one that I had a great time on his base, 2 minutes and 41 seconds. But he just had an amazingly fast time against my base. So here, I barred out that engine in the back. Everything seemed to be going pretty well. I had a pretty fast time. I don't even have to worry about going to the far back corner because the two engines are there on the left. Go right to that last engine, never even have to address the shock blaster. And then I don't have enough energy to BART out the last engine, but until I take down two defensive items. So now with those two defensive units gone, I can BART the last one down and I'm done, right? So I'm thinking, oh wow, I just rocked that guy. But his time was 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Now I'm not gonna show you how he beat my base so fast because I'm still playing the game at 4 engines, but it was pretty impressive. Okay, I'm showing you my tech tree here and the things that I haven't opened. Probably one of the major decisions was not to go for things like the rocket launcher or the mortar. None of the tanks, they're all very slow. At the moment, I'm focusing on upgrading my gunboat energy because I have Max Barrage. A lot of people went for warriors, and that worked really well to get them into maybe rank 18 or 19 early on. But later in the game, warriors are going to be useless. So I view that as one of those decisions that maybe it works out great for you in the short run, but in the long run, it's going to hurt your final position. And I only care about the final position at the end of the season, to be frank, right? I'm trying to get my global top 500 trophy, which I haven't got, but failed 3 times only because I lost 3 matches in the last few minutes of 2 different seasons, which I've discussed in prior videos. Anyway, once we get into the 6th engine, it becomes an air war with rocket choppers and heavy choppers. All right, let's go back into combat. I want to see if I can extend my win streak even further. All right, so this guy's base is laid out in a way that I should be able to get a pretty good time on it, but he does have 2 shock launchers in addition to the shock blasters, so I'm gonna have to worry about that. And the way he's got his mines laid out are going to be pretty bad for my Zookas. All right, time to go here. Now he's also got a good design that's going to draw my troops away from the 2 engines down on the bottom part of the ship deck. So I gotta deal with that. by putting in some troops on a delayed basis to get that one engine on the right down on the bottom. So my troops are drifting nicely. Everything's going really well. I'm gonna put my last bunch of troops in. Oh, look at that. I didn't need to send my troops on a delayed basis because some of my troops drifted towards that engine anyway. That's just some random good luck. But I don't have anybody drifting towards that engine on the left, right? So I should have put my troops in on the left and not on the right. All right, so luckily some of my troops from killing that bottom engine are now drifting over to the left, but there are some mines there, so I hope my heavies get in front of the slower moving Zukas. Now this, I gotta BART out that engine, and I've got enough gunboat energy to do that. Now unfortunately it's taking a really long time for the small number of Zukas that survived the mines to take down that engine on the left, so I can't flare to the last engine there. But now it's down, but meanwhile I've got enough energy to throw a barrage at the last engine, so that's what I'm going to do. It takes it down quicker. All right, 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Let's see how my opponent did. Oh, awesome, look at that. He had significant trouble with my base, and now he's retreated. So that extends the win streak to 10 in a row, which is pretty awesome at this high level. You know, usually it's pretty easy to have a big win streak when, you know, you're at a low level and you're going higher. But, you know, when you're on the leaderboards, to have this kind of a win streak is, it's not the typical thing. All right, with that win, we got up to number 152 on the US leaderboard. So I wonder, can I extend the win streak to 11? So let's give it a try. So we have another one of these Flotsam Cannon bases. So, you know, I'm feeling good about the design here. I think that if I land my troops, that they would drift into the engines on the bottom. But I'm just going to hold on to one group of troops and put them in on a delayed basis to take out that lower engine on the right as soon as that sniper tower goes down. So things are going pretty well here. I'm going to throw in my Kavan on the middle and spawn some second wind when I get up there. The only problem that I see so far is I don't have anybody going after the engine on the left, and my troops did not drift that way, contrary to my expectations. But, you know, with that shock blaster going down, then the whole group of troops on the left is going to go take out that engine, which is kind of unfortunate. It's such a big group, you know, because that's gonna mean that I take down the back slower because I don't have as many troops. Now that shock blaster or shock launcher rather, is causing me some trouble, so I put a shock down on it until it's dead. And I don't have the energy to knock down the furthest engine there on this little back peninsula, so I'm gonna have to take it down once this other engine goes down, and I'll just flare over there as soon as this second last engine goes down. And then I'll put a shock down, just make sure that I don't lose any troops. But 2 minutes and 22 seconds, pretty slow time. Oh, look at that. 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 5 seconds. He had trouble with my base. So that's awesome. So now I've got 11 times win streak far into the leaderboard. That is super cool. All right, let me take the chest that I just got and show you what I'm going to do with that. So, with this Max Barrage, the main thing that I'm trying to build up right now is the gunboat energy, because then I can BART down more stuff, right? I can BART down the Flotsam Cannons and the second to last base, perhaps, right? Okay, well, with that win, I'm all the way up to number 126 on the US leaderboard. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't. There's a ton of great videos, Boom Beach content that you can go explore. And thanks as always to Hercules for help with the video editing.